In this lesson, we look at some of the reasons why we would use articles and why we would choose between different articles. And we're going at a slightly more advanced level here. It's B2, so IELTS 6 and above. If you want to be at that level, you need to know the uses of articles, which I'm going to explain here. Firstly, let's look at this car. Let's look at two sentences about this car. I saw a car on the motorway. It was a blue car. Now, here we've used a before the word car. And this means it's a singular noun and it's one of many similar nouns. So if you look at a motorway, you'll see many cars on the motorway, and this is just one of them. There's nothing special about it. Now, we say the motorway because we're focusing on one particular motorway. But we're not saying there's only one car on the motorway. We're speaking about a car out of many cars. So we use a here to describe the car. Notice the next sentence. It was a blue car. Now here we are repeating the same car. Now, sometimes when you repeat nouns, you have to do something different with the article. But here I can still use a because after it is or it was, when repeating a previously stated singular noun, if it's immediately before, I can still use a. So here are two important uses of a. When a singular noun is one of many singular nouns, and after it is or it was when repeating a previously stated singular noun. Let's move on to some more article choices on the next page. And now we're going to look at zero article choices. What can you see in this picture? Perhaps you can say this. Birds were flying above our heads. So here we don't use an article before birds because birds is a plural. Look at the next example here. We had rice for dinner. It was brown rice. And here are the two uses that we are teaching here. So firstly, when a plural or uncountable noun is one of many similar nouns, then zero article. So here we have some birds, but there's nothing special about them. They're a group of birds out of many, many birds that exist in the world. Nothing special about them, but it's plural, so no article, zero article. Here we had rice for dinner. Now, rice is uncountable. You can't count rice. You can't say 1 rice, 2 rice, 3 rice, 4 rice. There's too much of it, so you just say rice. And then in the next sentence, it was brown rice. So after it is or it was, when repeating a previously stated plural or uncountable noun, again, zero article. There's no article before the rice once again. Let's go on to some extra rules to do with the word the. Okay, here I'm going to introduce some sentences and then afterwards I'll go through the uses of the sentences. So firstly, the sun was shining. All of the answers were on the back page. It was the best present I'd ever received. food was served. The hot food was for the adults. The cold food was for the children. Let's highlight all of the uses of the here. So the sun was shining. All of the answers were on the back page. It was the best present I'd ever received. The hot food was for the adults. The cold food was for the children. So what are all the different uses of the here? So there are many different reasons why we use the, and I'm going to list them here and then I'll highlight them in our short sentences. So first of all, when there is only one of something, then we use the. And this explains the sun was shining. There's only one sun. So we call it the sun. There's only one of it. In the next sentence, all of the answers. So there's lots of answers. But if you put them all together, they make a complete group. And when you describe the complete group of answers, you use the. All of the answers were on the back page. Now, the back page, well, there's only one back page here. So let's get that back in. There's only one back page. So because there's only one back page, we say the back page. It's a specific page. In the next one, it was the best present I'd ever received. And this is a superlative. Superlatives are when we have the extremes of something. The best, the worst, the most, the least. And we use the when we're describing the extremes of something. Again, it's because it's special in some way. And then in the last sentence, we've got a few things going on here. The food was served. Sorry, just food was served, but the hot food was for the adults. The cold food was for the children. Now notice food did not have an article, but the hot food and the cold food did, because the noun was made more specific by adding an adjective. And when this happens, we often use the to show that we're being more specific about the noun. Not just all the food, but just this food, the hot food. We're just talking about that. Not all the food, but just the cold food. So the noun is being made more specific by adding an adjective. Also, food has been repeated. We used food once here, and then we repeated it again here. So when a general noun is repeated, we use the second time, unless it follows the rules we discussed in the earlier pages, where we have it is or it was to describe the noun in the very next sentence. That is an exception. Usually when you repeat the noun, the goes before the words. Now, the adults is a complete group of adults, and we're being specific to a certain type of people. The children is the same. We're being specific to a certain type of people, and it's a complete group. Not just one child, but all children. The children means all of them. So there are some useful rules to follow with a, un, the, or zero article when you are using nouns.